Hey, in this video, we'll create a cool wave distortion effect in DaVinci Resolve Fusion. Let's jump right in. Let's head over to the Fusion page. We'll start by adding a drip node and a zoom blur node. Connect both into a merge node, then bring in the media in and plug it into the background input. Finally, add an ellipse mask and connect it to the blue input of the merge. First, adjust the size and position of the ellipse to frame the car in the center. Then, increase soft edge and border width to the maximum. This creates a smooth, feathered transition between the distorted and undistorted areas. Now go to the Zoom Blur node. Set the zoom amount to around 0.7 and the center exclusion to about 0.3. This keeps the center area sharp while adding a strong zoom blur around it. On the drip node, set the amplitude to around 0.2 and the frequency to about 1.4. Then, right-click on Phase, choose Modify with Anim Curves. This will animate the distortion over time automatically. In the Modifiers tab, set the timescale to 2.5. This controls how fast the phase animates over time. A higher value makes the wave move quicker, giving the distortion a more dynamic, energetic look. Once that's done, go back to the Zoom Blur node. Under Channel Adjustment, set red to 2, green to 0, and blue to 2. This creates a strong RGB split effect, giving the blur a stylized, glitchy look. Go to the Settings tab of the Zoom Blur node. Add keyframes to the blend parameter. Start at 0 at the beginning, increase it to 1 at the middle of the effect, then bring it back down to 0 after it finishes. This makes the zoom blur smoothly fade in and out, creating a clean, controlled transition. Back in the Edit page, hold Alt and left-click drag to duplicate the video clip. On the duplicated layer, go to Effects and add Edge Detect. In the inspector, set the mode to Grayscale Edges. Here you can adjust the edge color if you want. Then, under the Video tab, change the Composite mode to Screen, so the edge layer blends smoothly over the base clip. Now we'll animate the opacity and zoom of the effect layer using keyframes. This lets us control when and how strongly the edge effect appears, adding extra motion and intensity on top of the distortion. First, set the opacity to 0 at the beginning, then animate it up to 1 where the effect peaks. At the same time, increase the zoom to around 1.1. This creates a glowing outline effect that enhances the visual impact. Then bring both values back down to 0 to smoothly fade it out. Once that's done, add a new video track and place an adjustment clip above the effect. Match its length to the effect below. This clip lets us add extra effects on top to give the final touch and spice to the overall look. Now let's add 3 more effects to enhance the overall look. First, apply split tone and set the hue angle to 300 for a rich color tone. Then add halation and increase the saturation to 2000 for a glowing cinematic edge. Finally, use contrast pop with detail amount set to 0.35. This sharpens the image and makes everything stand out beautifully.
If you enjoyed this effect, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Thanks.
Once all the effects are in place, go to the Video tab of the adjustment clip. Set a keyframe at the beginning with opacity at 0, raise it to 1 at the middle of the clip, then bring it back down to 0 at the end. This fades the overall look in and out smoothly, adding a polished, dynamic finish to the effect. Feel free to tweak the settings to match your own style. For example, I'm not a fan of the purple tone, so I'm switching it to red. I'm also softening the outline a bit, just to make the overall look smoother and less intense. In the inspector, I set the Edge Detect color to red and increase the edge width and brightness. This softens the outline so it's not as harsh. And that's it. The effect is complete.